Hello and welcome. I'm Chef Patrick Evans-Hylton, food editor for Hampton Roads Magazine and executive editor for Virginia Wine Lover Magazine. You know, we all have a sweet tooth, and then when they're in season, there's nothing better than fresh fruit and delicious ripe berries. So we kind of got inspired. We love a tiramisu. Absolutely nothing wrong with those beautiful coffee flavors and the chocolate and all of that good stuff. But we wanted to do something a little fun and incorporate some of the fruits of the season and make a berry tiramisu. So that's what we're going to do today. We have just 3 berries here. We have raspberries and blackberries and blueberries, although you could use pretty much anything that you wanted to. We have a wonderful mascarpone cheese that we're going to sweeten for the filling. We also have some pound cake that we cut up in finger-sized pieces. You could use lady fingers or you could use sponge cake. We're just going to happen to use this pound cake here. And it's all going to come together to a delicious smack your mama good dessert that you, your family, and friends are going to love. So why don't we go ahead and let's get cooking. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is to make a delicious berry sauce that we're going to dip and saturate our pieces of pound cake in. That's going to start with our berries. So we're going to add in our raspberries, our blackberries, and our blueberries. We're going to put in some sugar. I'm going to squeeze in a little bit of lemon juice there. And I'm going to take these berries and I'm going to mash down slightly on them so they can go ahead and open up. There's a lot of liquid in these berries that we're going to extract, but we're not going to crush every one of them because they're also going to be a delicious filling between the layers of our pound cake. So we'll just mash that around a little bit. Reduce our heat to just a simmer. And we're going to let those cook away, checking on them periodically, just making sure that everything is fine. If we need to, we can add a little bit of liquid to this, but I don't want to put too much liquid in it because I really want all of those wonderful berries. If I do add liquid, I'm probably going to add like a sweet wine or something like maybe a Santerre or a really nice sweet Riesling, which is also something we're going to use in the construction of the cake. So while we're doing that, let's go make our beautiful whipped cream filling. Alright, so look there how beautiful those berries have reduced down all that delicious juice that they've created. And we're going to strain that. I want to use that liquid, but I want to hold on to the solids because they're going to be a delicious addition to the inside of our tiramisu. Alright, well, we are ready to assemble our berry tiramisu. That heavy whipping cream that we had and the mascarpone cheese and the powdered sugar have all come together to this beautiful, light, fluffy, ethereal goodness that's going to hold together all of those layers. And speaking of the layers, let's go ahead and get started. You know, we strained out the berry juice. So I've got the pieces of pound cake here. I'm just going to lightly put each piece in there, the juice, and then layer these pretty close together here to create our first line of pound cake for the tiramisu. I don't want to saturate the entire piece of cake because it'll just really fall apart. We want that beautiful berry flavor in there. Alright, so we have our first layer of pound cake down. I am going to take a sweet white wine. This is Sauterne, which interestingly enough was George Washington's favorite wine. You could also use something like a nice sweet Riesling, or you could also use a liqueur like Chambord. But I'm just going to very carefully pour this over just to moisten the tops. Of the pound cake. And boy, that's going to all soak in, and it's going to get so good. That sweetness from the wine is going to mix with the sweetness of the berries. And if somebody say sweet, here is our whipped cream mascarpone. We're going to put a layer of this down, and then we're going to start all over until we get to the top, and then we're going to garnish that. All right, and so now we're going to use some of these delicious berries that we had left over from the juice to create a layer. Right on top of that beautiful mascarpone whipped cheese. And then we'll finish off by adding another layer on top of all of this. All right, so we've finished our berry tiramisu here. We had the beautiful layers of pound cake that have been dipped in that berry sauce and also drizzled with that sauternes. We had that wonderful mascarpone whipped cheese. We had the fresh berry garnish on top. This is going to feed a lot of people, but it's also going to make a lot of people very happy. And after all, isn't that what it's all about? So until next time, I hope you enjoy.